Hey guys and girls, welcome to Speak Your Chaos. Speak Your Chaos is a podcast all about submitting your truth completely 100% anonymously. Regardless of what it is, you can go and hit us up at speakyourchaos@gmail.com. Contact us on Instagram, hit us up on YouTube, also on TikTok, and you can go ahead and submit pretty much anything you'd like. We do at times go over it prior to listening to it or reading it out loud. That way, we can make sure that it doesn't have anything completely illegal, just for your safety and ours. Again, my name is Carlos. I am the host of Speaker Chaos. This week, we
Yeah,
will have Santos, whom we've had last week, joining us for this recording. All right, guys. So, our first submission of the day is going to be my boyfriend, 25 male, and I, 23 female, have been together for about a year. We've always had pretty good communication, or so I thought. Recently, I found out that he's been regularly getting drinks after work with a female coworker, just the two of them, and never mentioned it to me. When I asked why he never told me, he said it never came up and that he didn't think it was a big deal since they're just friends. What bothers me is that he tells me about every other after work hangout with his guy friends. He swears there's nothing going on between them, but now I've noticed he leaves out details when she's involved. Last week, he told me he was grabbing a quick drink with some coworkers, but conveniently didn't mention that she was the only one who showed up. When I confronted him about this pattern, he got defensive, said I was being controlling, and that I was being paranoid. He claims he only omits details because he knows I'll overreact, but I feel like if it was truly innocent, he wouldn't feel the need to hide it. Am I overreacting for being upset about this? Part of me thinks I might be overreacting since he technically hasn't done anything wrong, but another part feels like the secrecy is a red flag. What do you think, Santos?
I mean, it definitely is a little sus. Like bros taking this chick out after work, and like now all of a sudden, like yeah, now he's talking about it, but not really like giving details about it. But also too, like he never mentioned it before, so it's like, why are you trying to, hide this other, chick that you're seeing after work? Whether it's just friends or not, like that just like you're making it weird for no reason kind of thing. If nothing's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my thing is that why the lie? Why say, "Oh yeah, me and some coworkers are going out," and then she's the only one that shows up. I get that he said because she's overreacting, but I feel like this is the reason that he's overreacting because he's obviously hiding things, so she kind of has that right to overreact if it's a lie. And I do find it weird that it's just him and a female. They go out for drinks, and it's pretty often. It sounds like they're low key going on a date.
Yeah, and then it's like I want to know, like, are you taking your girl out for drinks? Like, what's going on? Like, are you like looking for something in this other girl that you're not getting with your girl kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Right. Is it like a physical attraction? Is it, you work with her, so is it a personality thing, or is she filling some type of void that your girl isn't? Either way, though, you need to talk to your girl. And honestly, if I were her, I don't know. If you were her, would you leave him?
I mean, if we talked about this like multiple times and like I'm not comfortable with it kind of thing, and like he's not willing to like set boundaries, then I don't know. I mean, it all really depends on what you're able to deal with, and I just feel like for me, I wouldn't want my significant other spending time with someone else and not even mentioning it to me or letting me know like what's going on like behind my back kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I will say, like, you're only 23. You're very young. You don't have to deal with a lot of shit yet. Um, so depending on how the conversation goes, I would just cut your losses if it continues, and because right now it could just be drinks, but he's already hiding things. I don't see it going uphill. I see it going downhill. So you're 23. You still have a lot of time left. You still have plenty of dating to do. I wouldn't settle for just that one person.
Yeah, it might be time to reconsider other options if they can't get past this.
Our next submission is a 28-year-old female who has severe eczema and has finally found a dermatologist recommended skincare that works after years of trial and error. The products are medical grade and they cost her about $300 per month. Her boyfriend who lives with her has normal skin but keeps using her special cream despite having his own drugstore products. When I asked him to stop, he laughed and said it's just lotion and that I'm being ridiculous. But he's going through my small, expensive tubes twice as fast, leaving me with constant flare ups when I run out between shipments. Last night, I put a lock on my cabinet after finding him using my $80 facial serum as hand cream. He's now calling me selfish and petty, saying couples should share everything. Am I overreacting for drawing this boundary? I wouldn't care if they were normal products, but this is medically necessary for me and financially unsuitable if we're both using them. He can easily grab his $5 moisturizer from the shower caddy instead. My opinion, I think he's being a bit of a dick. I mean, she's paying $300 a month for things that she needs for her eczema and you're using it as fucking lotion for your hands. I think that's kind of fucked up. I don't actually think that he cares about her eczema or cares about how much money she's having to spend. And, based off of this, it doesn't seem like he's dishing out any of the money for it. She's paying for it and he's using it and just wasting it, which is causing her skin to have issues because he's just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that he's using her shit when he has his own and that he's not even using it for the right thing. He's using her face cream for his hands.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. Like he's spending $300 a month, and I'm like, he's gotta know like he's spending that kind of money on it. Like, like, how does he not understand that? Like, yeah, you can't just use this anytime you want to. It's not just for hydrating and making your hands smooth. Like, you're over here like making her have to go out and have an eczema breakdown, and she's probably not feeling comfortable about herself out there. But you're like, we should share this because we're in a relationship. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No, not only that, but my thing too with it is like, if she has to get to the point where she has to lock her shit away from you and then you're getting mad about it, that's a red flag. And he's 30, she's 28. I feel like the maturity level should be there to where he's not getting upset about it. But even then, like she shouldn't have to go to that level that she has to put a lock on it for you to not be spending her, wasting her lotions. I feel like she's trying to set a boundary and trying to tell him how important it is for her, and he's just not giving a
Yeah,
shit. And in this, she's saying that he's calling me selfish and petty, saying couples should share everything. I do agree, couples should share things, but not everything. This is a prime fucking example of you should absolutely not be sharing, and he's the one that's being selfish, using your things that you're paying that money for. But I would also say, if you have insurance, use your insurance because spending $300 a month on over the counter products, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money.
yeah, and I mean, like you were saying, like if she has to go to that extent to have to literally physically lock up the lotion so that he doesn't use it, like he's obviously just like not being sensitive to the situation and not understanding like how she feels about it. But it's not only that, but it's like it's also super expensive. So it's like not just lotion that you use daily just to use it. Like she needs it, to take care of herself.
Right. All right. Next one is I'll keep this short and to the point. A few years ago in my early 20s, I was still living with my mom and stepdad. I found a hidden camera in the bathroom. It turned out it was his. I gave it to my mom thinking she'd confront him or at least do something about it, but she didn't. Nothing ever came of it. Years later, after I moved out, I brought it up again. I told her I didn't feel comfortable with them staying over at my house anymore. I was already dealing with anxiety, and their visits made it worse. I was calm and respectful about it, and even felt like the conversation went well. 3 days later, she asked if they could stay the night. It felt like she completely dismissed what I said. After that, I started pulling away. She's the kind of mom who texts every morning to check in, but I couldn't bring myself to talk to her like nothing happened. She told me I needed to let it go and stop ruminating, and even said her life had been worse and she got over it. That stung. I told her I love her, but I need space. Since then, I stopped answering her calls. We haven't talked much or had much contact. She's the only person I have left, so this hasn't been easy, but I keep asking myself, am I overreacting? Or is it valid that I need to step back? I also wanted to mention that this isn't the only time when I thought her relationship was more important than us. Never expected her to leave him. I even told her that I would give him the benefit of the doubt. It might have been an accident for how a camera ended up in my bathroom, but for me, the way things were handled hurt even more than the camera itself. I have a few opinions about this. My first one is that's fucking weird that your stepdad's camera ended up in your bathroom. That's fucking dude. That's I've seen this movie before. That's weird. I don't like that. The second thing is I feel like her mom is dismissing it and not the whole like, oh, I've been through tougher shit in life than you have thing, but I feel like her mom probably thinks that she found the one and she's not going to let anything ruin it. So regardless of what this guy does, her mom's going to stick with him. But I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like that last part, I'm just like, how can you how can you somehow give someone the benefit of the doubt of a camera accidentally ending up in your bathroom and it's in a spot that was supposed to be hidden, of course, but like that that makes absolutely no sense. Like that's unjustifiable. Like bro's definitely he's definitely reporting her, and who knows what he's doing with the footage after that, like disrespecting not only her but like the relationship he's supposedly having with her mother, which he seems to value more than her own daughter. I don't understand that right there.
No, not only that, but also like, I it makes me feel like this she isn't the first person that he's probably done this to. Um, but the fact that he's just getting away with it like absolutely nothing. And then I don't if I were her, I would be confronting him as well, not just the mother, but I'd be like, "Yo, I found your shit in my bathroom. I want to see what the fuck you recorded. I want to see the footage because who know it could be a lot of things. It could be her getting naked, take a shower. It could be her in the shower. It could be just, doing her morning or her nightly routine and whatever the case, but either way, there's zero reason why you should have a camera in the bathroom. There's absolutely no reason why there should be a camera. And if she said that she found the camera, that means that she wasn't looking for it. She was doing something and bam, there's the fucking
Yeah.
camera. What I'm wondering is how she knows it's his specifically, but I'm assuming it's either her mom's or it's his. So the obvious was to
Yeah,
point
I'd
at him.
assume that no one else is staying in the house kind of thing, so it'd have to be his. I also like I'm like the mom, she's saying that like worse things happen to her and things like that, just kind of brushing it under the rug. Like that shows you like the kind of mother she grew up with, and where she stands. I mean, obviously it can't be her first run-in.
No, it's absolutely not her first run in. And yeah, the whole I've been through worse things in life. Her mom is absolutely traumatized, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She cares more about the man and about the dick than she cares her own daughter. That to me is pretty fucked. But moving on, I 29 female have been married to my husband 31 male since January. He literally never opens his phone around me, which I find very suspicious. I think I'm just overreacting because I've been cheated on in the past. I open mine around him all the time, and I have no issues with him seeing who I'm messaging. Am I just insecure? Am I being paranoid? I just think it's weird that he's never opened his phone around me before.
I mean, she could be overreacting to it, like especially if they never had a conversation about it. Like there's definitely some context we're missing there. Um, she obviously has the past with someone cheating on her, so she most likely would assume have her defenses up, her walls up. But they're married, so it's like if you really feel uncomfortable about it, like y'all got to talk about it because communication is going to be the only way you're gonna get through this one.
Right, and it could just be something that he's not used to. He might not be the type of guy that he uses it and maybe he always pockets it afterwards, or he just doesn't use it around you just because of the fact that he wants to enjoy his time with you and he's a quality time type of guy. Um, or he just finds that there's nothing important. He also might not be the type of guy that's into social media. So we're not, we weren't given a lot of context to really give that much of an opinion, but both of our opinions essentially is talk with him, have a conversation with him, and let him know how you feel about it, and see how he reacts. See if he's like, "Yeah, here's my phone, I don't care," or if he just tells you like, "I just don't care to be on my phone." So you're on your phone more than I am, and that's why yours is always around me. It could just be something as simple as that, but I wouldn't overthink it. I would have a
Yeah,
conversation with
like
him
he's
first.
he's just trying to check his crypto portfolio, man. That's it.
His Tinder.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is, I know this probably sounds really stupid. I was washing my face in the sink. Some water went up my nose, and now I'm worried. I live in Texas, and I saw the news about an elderly lady getting a brain eating amoeba from using tap water in an RV to clear out her sinuses like a neti pot. I'm sorry if I'm being really dramatic. I deal with really horrible anxiety and would like my mind to be put at ease. Any help is much appreciated. You want to take this one?
I mean, with the amoebas, I know they're usually in fresh water. Uh, so I don't think if it's like city water, you're probably not having a high risk or high chance of getting something like that happening to you. I don't know. I guess it really depends on your location. I mean, people have different fears about getting sick, and I can understand that, but I mean, I think you might be okay.
Nah, I disagree, bro. I think you're fucked. Start writing your will. You feel me? I think you're doomed. The amoeba's gonna get you. And next time you should just be more careful when you're
No, it's
washing your
too late
face,
now, bro. Too late.
Too late now. Write that will, put us in it. All right, the next one. My girlfriend, 27, female, and I, 23, male, have been dating for 4 months. We went out for some drinks after work. For context, she's been borderline amazing in helping me emotionally and mentally recover after my 6-year relationship with my ex. It's been a 180 in how I've been treated, which has been great in our relationship, but in my mind, it feels almost too good to be true. So after we came back to my place, she fell asleep, which led me to snoop through her phone. I know it's a big no-no, which I took 100% accountability for, but I couldn't resist due to a nagging feeling in my gut. After a few minutes of snooping, I found a conversation about a year and a half prior to us dating, about her best friend reminiscing about the time that they hooked up. It was a bit vulgar, all things considered, and after reading enough, I couldn't find any more messages. I confronted her, and I can't lie, she's done all the right things since. She's blocked them. She said it was a one time thing and admitted that it was during a rough time in her life when she thought maybe a hookup could fix things in her life, but I'm not sure. It was annoying to think about before when I met him, and I wasn't even aware that it took place, and a part of me feels like I can't trust her. Any advice? My advice is this. You've been together 4 months. This happened about a year, year and a half, possibly even longer than that before you. I don't feel like you have the right to say that you can't trust her unless she did something right now during these 4 months to break your trust. I don't feel like you have any right to cast any doubt on her. She blocked him. The first thing she did is block him. So right then and there, that should give you more than enough trust. Now, I understand feeling awkward being around him, or if she even still speaks to him or spoke to him at that time. I understand why you would feel uncomfortable with it and it would feel like an awkward thing. I get that. But I don't think that you have the right to not trust her over something that happened well over a year prior to you when you're the one that went through her phone. So, if anything, she shouldn't trust you, in my opinion, just because of the fact that you invaded her privacy while she was sleeping. But that's my opinion. What do you think?
I think my boy has some imposter syndrome, bro. Like you go and you take a good thing and you just wanna throw it away because you have all these doubts that like things aren't supposed to be the way they are. Like he even said it himself. He feels like it's too good to be true. It's like sometimes you get lucky in life and you just gotta let it be and let the relationship take its course. I mean, yeah, he found some like I guess some vulgar things in there and like things that she's done in the past, but like you said, it was way before him. And plus, like it like from what it sounds like in the context there, like she handled it really well in comparison to like how most people would react or most girls would react, I would say. So he's like kind of lucky to still even like kind of have a relationship.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like he said, she's helped him emotionally and mentally recover from his previous 6-year relationship, but that shouldn't be on her. That should be on you. And if you weren't healed enough before if you weren't healed before you got into that relationship, then if this doesn't end up working, my advice is to take the time to heal, take the time to know who you are, know what you want before you jump into the next relationship and commit the same mistake. But like Santos said, there are times that you just find someone that's fucking, that's it, that they're just incredible and that it seems too good to be true, but that's what it is. That's what they are. That's who they are. And she did take all the right steps right off the rip as soon as you confronted her. She took the right steps. So there shouldn't be any doubt. There shouldn't be any trust broken on your end. She's fine, in my opinion. If she has doubts on you, I hope that you're not getting defensive about it and that you're allowing her to have her doubts because she does have the right to have them since you did go snooping through her
Yeah, it's even
phone.
crazy that at the end, yes, like I can't trust her anymore. Like I don't understand that. Like she seems to be taking all the right steps, so I don't know what else she could really show you to actually earn your trust,
Right. Besides fucking sending you a screen a screenshot of every message she sends or
right?
receives, like no, and that's just crazy. Speaking of, I got told to put clothes on in the library because I was in gym clothes. The sports bra I was wearing went just above my belly button and covered more than some crop tops, and my shorts were pretty loose, not revealing, not tight, just right. They were above the knee, but they didn't look like underwear. Not to mention, it's hot out and we live in a desert. I don't know. I feel like the lady acted like I was being immodest, but Jesus, people walk around on campus in bikinis. Like, am I crazy for thinking she was being weird for telling me I need you to go put some clothes on, only for me to then be kicked out anyway because the library was closing? I don't know. I get very cagey when people comment on the modesty of my clothes because it's been like this since I was a kid. People complain when I wear anything, and I often was the only one getting dress coded at school despite other girls wearing similar or more revealing things than I do. Maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Um I mean, the lady could just honestly be one of those old school people that's like if you're a woman and you're showing any skin, then you need to go, you need to bounce and whatever the case. And I get the part where you're saying that other people on campus dress way worse than what you were wearing, but you are specifically mentioning the library. So it sounds like if this person, the librarian, whoever, it sounds like if there was anyone else dressed like you were or worse, she would have just kicked them out too. I don't feel like you're overreacting because I mean, I wouldn't like it if I got kicked out just because of my dress choices, especially if it doesn't seem that bad. But I wouldn't take it as you being targeted specifically. I feel like she would just do this to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say without seeing the whole outfit ourselves. but you are kind of in a public place in the library, so I mean, I guess there could be higher standards in there, and it sounds like you said that you were on a campus, so you might be on a university and not sure what the rules might be for that university. Maybe she was just trying to adhere to the guidelines there for maybe being a little bit more professional in the library. Um, but other than that, I mean, yeah, I get it, especially since it seems like you have been dealing with this since you were pretty young. Seems like you feel like you're getting targeted, but it might just be her upholding the policy.
Yeah, that's true. She could just simply be doing her job and it be absolutely nothing against you, and she's just doing what she needs to do because otherwise somebody else walks in there and sees you, and then it becomes a bigger problem. So I don't think it's specifically towards you. I think that she's just doing her job, or she just says that to everyone, and you just happen to be that person at that time. Um, so next one we have a 22-year-old male and his girlfriend, 21, have been dating for a year and a half. She's amazing. She's caring. She tells me she loves me. Our sex life is great, but also respectful of each other's time, class, work, time with friends. However, she has an ex-boyfriend who is on her best friends list on Snapchat. I've watched her send him Instagram reels and sometimes Snapchat him back. Am I being paranoid for asking her to cut communication with him? Not entirely, but break the snap streak and stop sending reels. For clarification, I don't think she sends him real TikToks constantly, but they're definitely in communication. Definitely Snapchat at least occasionally. Um, well, it's an ex, so I can understand why he's insecure about it, but I feel like there's a bigger reason, there's a deeper reason as to why he's really upset about it. I feel like it has to do something with something that went on with him at some point. With an ex possibly. He has some type of trust issue. I will say if not everyone is meant to be together, and there is a chance that they just formed a friendship after their relationship, which can happen. I also understand if he maybe feel like, what if it circles back? So I don't know. I think he might be overreacting a little bit. I don't think it's that big of a deal if they're not having actual conversations. They're just sending each other like TikToks and shit. But I don't feel like we have enough information.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to say because there's really not like a lot of information on this, but I mean, from what it seems like he has a a pretty great girl. Um, it seems like they're both working towards other things on their own time. I mean, I definitely get like, with it being the ex involved, like having like the doubts of like, why is she still like keeping him in her life if like they were done, like if there was an end to that kind of thing. I mean, like you said, I mean, they could have decided to be friends afterwards, but I don't know, guys and girls being friends, then previously having relationships, it just could get messy, and it just doesn't always work out that way that we think it will work out, like them just being friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you need to sit down for and have a talk, and not just start off with, "Hey, I need you to cut the conversation from or cut this or cut that." Find out what they're talking about. Maybe they're talking about you. You never know. But I would sit down with her, have a conversation with her, see if they're just sending each other dumb shit that is really irrelevant and doesn't matter. It could be absolutely nothing. It could just be something that's a habit for them and they're used to it. But if it also makes you feel that uncomfortable in your relationship, then talk to her and see what kind of boundaries maybe you guys can set up. The next one we have is a 20-year-old male. He hosted a close friend of his in his apartment for a few nights. He says, while I was out doing the grocery shopping, he decided to take my laptop, which I heavily use for editing, university work, and other functions without my consent. He claimed it was for a quick check, so it didn't warrant asking. For clarification, my laptop has a ton of personal files and very sensitive client footage. I didn't yell at him, but I expressed that it was unacceptable and it crossed the boundary. His response to my anger is that I was being overly dramatic. Do you think I'm the one who's being dramatic? You want to go ahead and start this
Oh
one off?
yeah, I mean that. I mean, especially like just taking someone's property without their consent is wild to me. Especially, I mean, no matter what you were doing, like it's not your laptop, and you don't know what she does with that laptop. Like, what if you broke it? What if you messed up something on it, and now she can't access those files? Like, from what she's saying, it sounds like it was like pretty like critical information, and that she was and pretty sensitive information she was handling. So like it, like she could even it could be even be her like running the risk of like him taking something from there that she didn't want him to have or couldn't have or something that could get her in trouble.
Yeah, my biggest part about it is the fact that he said my laptop has a ton of personal files and sensitive client footage. So it's like, maybe that shouldn't be on your laptop to begin with, unless that's maybe your work laptop. But even then, if you have this sensitive stuff, it could impact your career. Depending on what it is, it could impact your life, could impact your livelihood. He also said that he uses it for university work, so it could impact your school. There's a lot of things that could have gone wrong that it could have impacted. So I don't feel like you're being overly dramatic. I think your anger is justified because if whatever you had on there is found out, is shared, is exposed, whatever the case, maybe it's something to do with medical records. Maybe you work for some type of clinic, doctor, hospital. Maybe, you do photography and certain things that other people can't see. Maybe whatever it may be, it's something that could have impacted you in a negative way. So I don't feel like your friend should have gone through your shit, especially without asking. Just absolutely not.
I would say use a more secure password.
Much more secure password, or at least put a password on if you don't have one. So the next one is it's a bit ridiculous. Myself and my soon-to-be husband are expecting a little one at the end of July, early August. That means getting baby supplies as gifts. The biggest thing on the registry are diapers. We've had all registry gifts go to his mom's house as we just moved and need to do a bit of work before getting stuff here. One of those things we received was a box of size 1 Pampers Swaddlers. The box has a black baby on it. She called us a bit ago and said we couldn't use it because the box was for black babies, claiming their butts are bigger than white babies. And yes, we're both white, but like that doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm just so baffled and confused because who says something like that? That's literally just a baby who happens to be black on the box of Pampers. Am I overreacting or is she trying to troll us? I'm so confused and honestly kind of upset that she would say something so stupid, and my husband is completely on my side and agrees with me. Yo, mama-in-law is racist, bro. Straight up. There's no ifs ands or buts about it. Your fucking mother-in-law is fucking racist. And that makes no fucking sense. It's a fucking baby. They don't make fucking diapers for whites only, blacks only, fucking Hispanics only that have fucking peppers on them, like, or bananas. Like, no, bro. They're fucking they're diapers for babies. It's universal. It doesn't matter what kind of baby you are, what color baby you are. It's the same shit for every baby.
Yeah, she just stepped right off the plantation with that one, bro. She straight up was like, back in my day, didn't have none of them babies on my
Yeah.
diaper boxes, you know? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's just a baby model. Like it's not it's literally just to show that hey, these are diapers for babies. Like it didn't have to go to that level. I don't know why she was thinking that way, other than just being like straight up like, well, you're not having a black baby, so these aren't the right diapers for you.
Yeah, bro. Like, what if the fucking wipes? What if the box of wipes has a black baby on it? Then what the fuck are you gonna say? What if the baby food that you buy in 4, 5, 6 months has a black baby on it? Then what? Are you telling me white babies can't eat fucking apple fucking baby
Apparently,
food? Like, like how does that
crazy.
make sense? Your fucking mother-in-law is just fucking racist. She still has a mentality from back in her oldum days, and
Like you,
Oh man, I feel
like you
so
gotta
sorry for
think,
her.
like she literally sat down, looked at this box, had to have thought about it for a good minute, and said, "I need to tell my daughter that they have to take these back. They cannot use these diapers."
Like she really had to process this, and it made sense to her. It made absolute
No,
fucking sense to her. So okay, so then my question is, what if it was Huggies? Huggies uses fucking Mickey Mouse on it.
damn. I mean,
So what
they're
the fuck
making
were you gonna
diapers
say
for
then?
rats now, bro.
They're making diapers for fucking rats, mouses. Like, what are you gonna say then? All right. Well, our last one of the night. My wife, 34 female, and I, 36 male, have been married for 8 years. We have 2 kids together. She recently started a new job where she's gotten really close to one of her coworkers. She calls him her work husband. She says it's all jokes and office banter, nothing serious. At first, I brushed it off, but over time, she started texting him outside of work hours. She's constantly laughing at his jokes, and she's even FaceTiming him while we're away on a family trip with our kids. I finally told her it was getting weird, and she told me to stop being so insecure. Last week, she asked if he could come with us on our summer vacation to the lake house. She said he has no family around and he could use a break. I said, absolutely the fuck not. This is our family time, and I don't want some random guy that I don't know tagging along, especially someone that she flirts with every single day. She got mad, said I was being controlling. Her exact words were, I'm not even allowed to have friends now. I told her it's not about friends, it's about boundaries. She's still mad and says I embarrassed her by making a big deal out of nothing. Bro, straight up, your wife is a hoe. I said what I said and I don't regret it. Your wife is fucking around with another dude. She don't give a fuck about your feelings. And I guarantee you if he came on that trip, your wife would have gotten piped down by somebody the fuck else. With your kids being there. So, first of all, the work husband shit, as soon as she said that, you need to shut that shit down fucking right away. But the fact that she's FaceTiming him while on a trip with you and your kids, that she's texting him all the time, that she wants him to go on trips with you, nah, no, nope. You're 34, or no, you're 36. You're still fucking young, bro. You can remarry. Get fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, like that's crazy. I mean, like, people, say that stuff playfully at times, like not really being serious, like, well, nothing too serious. So I could understand where, like, that side of it's coming from, like, oh, it's just a joke kind of thing, like, since we work together all the time kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like when you start building into these directions where now you're escalating the situation, like now you're texting them, now, yeah, and crazy, like the craziest thing is inviting him to the family vacation. Like that's nuts, bro. And like, what other guy would be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go on this vacation with some other like her family and her husband, like blah blah blah. Like, come on, man, like that's crazy as fuck. But the thing is too is like we also don't know if like she even like offered that as an option to the guy. So maybe maybe I'm calling him weird too soon, but still, like the whole thing's weird, bro. Like she's definitely on some stuff, bro.
Bro, not only that, but I also feel like not only are you disrespecting your husband, but you are straight up disrespecting your
That,
fucking
that
kids by trying to have someone that is not their fucking daddy that they don't know. I'm assuming they don't know. Come on a trip with you.
yeah, she's trying to,
You feel me? Like how do you also explain that to your kids?
yeah, she's trying to introduce him to their future stepdaddy, bro.
Shit. Bro, that's some shit that you would see on the news. That you would literally be like, oh, husband kills, wife having affair, husband kills the fucking guy during a family vacation. Like, that's some shit that you would absolutely see on the fucking news.
That is wild, bro. I don't understand how she even is justifying this in her own head. You know what I mean? Like, how is she justifying inviting inviting him over, and then not even considering like her husband's feelings and all that. Like that's insane.
No, I agree. And as soon as she started FaceTiming him while her husband, her kids were on vacation, that right there, that's that line that she didn't cross that line. She jumped over
Yeah.
that shit. So right there, dude, that right there, that's just a big red
Oh yeah.
flag. Alrighty, and once again, thank you for joining us here at Speaker Chaos, your new favorite podcast, where you can submit absolutely anything 100% anonymously. Your name, location, information will never be discussed, will never be addressed, and will never be known or informed to absolutely anyone for absolutely any reason. Speaker Chaos is on pretty much everywhere where you can listen to your podcast: Apple, Pandora, Amazon, Spotify, wherever it may be. Feel free to find us. And thank you again for joining us. We really, really greatly appreciate it.